Welcome back to Arcade Spirits. In the last episode, we did the cosplay contest. We made the announcement. We saw huge people noticing our announcement for Ultima Funplex. Then we came and saw the rest of the crew, besides Teo and Ashley, at a mini pop-up booth here in Exhibit Hall B. And then Queen Bee looked stressed, so we gave her some pep talk. That's the word I'm looking for. We gave her a pep talk, and then she went off to go do her tournament. And my current status is sitting and enjoying it. It took a few minutes of searching and stalking, but eventually I found an open seat in the pop-up arcade. While the sit is satisfying, the rest of everything else is miserable. My feet are sore from walking all over, and I don't remember the last time I ate. I feel dehydrated, and I have a slight headache from all the noise, and there are still 4 more hours of max left. Oh, if Gavin saw me in my current state. Leaning back, arms at my side, completely exhausted. I can picture it clearly. He'd be looming over me with his dark, unfettered eyes. He would lean in close and frown. Grumbling, he'd say, "Emmy, may I remind you, these seats are for patrons only." I audibly sighed just thinking about it. As luck would have it, though, Gavin and Naomi are huddled over the Galaga cabinet, trying to figure out why the monitor's not working. Freedom. My buns are experiencing the best freedom it has to offer. And while my body feels like it could collapse at any moment, I feel good about it. Right? Getting the word out about Ultima Funplex was great. Seeing people's face light up with excitement is why I'm really here. Plus, spending time with Ashley was an added bonus. She certainly got passion to spare. I smiled to myself. The pain in my heels and the grumbling in my tummy, worth it. While enjoying the respite, I let my eyes close for a moment. And of course, the second I do that, I hear footfalls closing in.
There you are, Emmy.
We've been looking all over for you. But we were specifically going to meet back up here, at the Funplex pop-up arcade. Yeah, but we didn't expect you to be tucked into the darkest corner of the arcade. I'm hiding from Gavin. He'll put me to work if he sees me.
Hiding behind the pinball machines is probably not the smartest choice then. You know how much he loves pinball.
Every spare moment he thinks no one is watching him is spent getting that high score.
I have so many candid pictures of him on my phone of him playing pinball.
You have to show me, like right now.
Yes, his concentration fate is so cute.
Before I can even react, Ashley has her phone out and is scrolling through photos of Gavin. Both look up at me guiltily. Don't we have more important matters? Max is over in a few hours, and we have a lot of work left to do.
You're right, Emmy. Please don't tell Gavin.
Your secret is safe with me. Right, so business time. I think I got something. Go on. I have a friend, and she's an indie arcade developer. The new title she's been working on is amazing. It's got co-op, it's got competition. It's got magical schoolgirls.
Now you're talking.
It's got it all.
Wait, I'm pretty sure I've heard of this game. Is it called Magical Moon Cuties?
Yeah, that's the one. And she's thinking of premiering it at Ultima Funplex.
Oh my gosh!
That would be cooler than cool.
It sounds interesting enough. Might make for another fun game for people to play. Definitely. My friend is somewhat renowned in the indie scene, and the game's been in development for years. I'm sure it would create some buzz at least.
Are you kidding, Teo? We'd be the talk of the arcade world.
I do like being the talk of world-sized things. Let's go check it out. I stand up, invigorated by the news. As I start walking back towards the hall with Teo, I hear a call from behind me.
Wait!
I turn around to see Ashley standing there, fidgeting, her green eyes darting back and forth nervously. Ashley?
I, too, have a plan?
She motions for us to come back towards her, which we do. What's your idea, Ashley? She puts an arm around Teo, and the other one around me, huddling the 3 of us together.
So what I am proposing might not be the most legal course of action.
Do I even want to know?
You've seen some of the huge monitors hanging from the ceiling in the middle of all the major halls, right?
How could I miss them? They're constantly bombarding us with ads and false hopes of high-quality convention food. No matter how amazingly tempting that $9 hot dog looks on the big screen, don't even think about it.
Exactly my point. Everyone's looking at it. I know a way to sneak into the back area. All we have to do is break into the main communication center and upload the flyer Emmy made into the rotation.
Whoa!
You want to do what?
Shh, keep your voice down, Teo. Unless you want us to get arrested for being an accomplice. Unless you want to get arrested for being an accomplice. It's a genius plan. Everyone at the Max will see our name in lights.
Okay, so yeah, that's a less than legal way of getting the word out, but I have to admit, you've got me intrigued, and it'd definitely work, but I don't know.
Trust me.
What about?
Of course, we need to go in disguise. I'm already nicely disguised, but Emmy would need to switch into something way more distracting.
Why more distracting, exactly?
To distract from your face, of course. What I'm trying to say is people will remember the costume, not the person wearing it.
Which means...
Maid Emmy rides again!
I knew it.
Come on, you did so great on stage. Think of this as your encore. How about it?
Let's not forget about Magical Moon Cuties. It's a valid alternative. Both options are valid, honestly. Splashy advertising would certainly drive foot traffic, even if getting it up there would be dodgy. Importantly, Iris could help us do it safely, without anyone noticing. Safer than Ashley going off on her own to try this inadvisable stunt. But a highly anticipated indie title might just do the trick, and result in far less jail time. I like the maid outfit, and I like heists. However, I also don't like jail time. Being in jail is a good way to make the thing Ultima Funplex not work. So, Teo, let's go check out Magical Moon Cuties. Ashley, you got this. You don't need any help from me. Honestly, I didn't feel like getting Carter off to jail today. It's not on my scheduled agenda. Plus, I'm pretty sure Ashley can enter breaking and entering all by herself. And yes, I do realize how wrong that sounds, even in my own head. I bet you've seen plenty of heist anime, so much that you can sneak into the Natural History Museum and steal the world's biggest Fabergé egg in the middle of the day.
I got like 12 body pins holding this wig on. I won't let you down.
I know you wouldn't. And please, do try to be careful. Ashley smiles widely before prancing off into a crowd of arcade folk. You can stop worrying, Emmy. Ashley knows exactly what she's doing. That's why I'm worried. Fair enough. Well, shall we go see a lady about an indie game? We shall. As we left the pop-up and traveled deep into the halls of Max, people kept stopping us to say hello to Teo. We'd be happily on our merry little way and then get interrupted by a random person. Aw man, it's Teo, how you doing? Great, but hey, we're on our way to meet with someone. Let's catch up later. Cool, laters. And this happened every couple minutes. Walking through the convention floor was like walking through a field of landmines, where instead of explosions, it was uncomfortable introductions to people I will probably never see again. Except maybe at the event that you're trying to get people to come to. You could tell them about it. Silly. Eventually, Teo leads me back to a section of arcade games hidden behind all the major companies' booths, near where he held his dance flash mob. What they set up here is mostly reminiscent of the rest of Max. Arcade cabinets are closely lined up side by side, making several aisles for gamers to aimlessly wander down. I would have expected to be more used to pushing my way through throngs of crowds by now, but no. Teo and I force our way through huddled masses of chittering conversations. As I look around at all the different arcade games that surround us, I notice something's off. There are exactly 0 titles I actually recognize. I'm betting it's indie games. No Dug Dug, Gauntlet, nor Street Fighter. Not even a hint of a pinball game. I was starting to get concerned. Teo, where in Max are we? This is the Indie Mega Arcade. Well, originally they called it the Indie Mega Arcade Expo, but then IMAX sued them. The what? That didn't exactly explain anything to me. What are all these weird games? I understand nothing. If you'll hush those alluring lips of yours for a second, I'd be more than happy to explain. Okay, I'm hushing now, totally and completely hushed. Now, where was I? Ah yes, the Indie Mega Arcade is a huge area of Max that showcases all the new and upcoming indie arcade games. Indie devs get a chance to show off their stuff, get useful feedback, and maybe get a few people interested in their game along the way. That's actually where an indie dev at a con is how I originally heard of Battle Cakes, which I've also played on the channel a couple of times. So, it works. I don't know that I would have found the game had it not been for seeing those people at that convention. Anyway, that's the dream of the indie dev, to make a game that people enjoy playing. I really don't know much about the indie arcade scene. I really don't know much about the indie arcade scene. Admittedly, I don't know that I realized there was an indie arcade scene as well as an indie like computer game scene. I know about indie games. This is an indie game, but I didn't realize there was an arcade branch of that, which is fascinating. At least I'm pretty sure this counts as an indie game. I don't know exactly how to define indie game versus whatever. It's fine. Working at the Funplex offers me a crash course in arcade culture. Every day I'm learning about completely new aspects. It does make perfect sense to have an indie game scene. I just never realized that it existed. It's pretty amazing, actually. A community of people who share ideas and a passion. Can't afford mass production runs of games, but they've got a lot of heart, you know? They can't crank out a box for every arcade on Earth, but indie devs are free to make whatever type of game they want. No pressure from a big-name company, either. Complete and utter creative freedom. Really, anyone can make a game if you put your mind to it. I mean, that's the dream, isn't it? In fact, I bet even you, Emmy, could make an arcade game. The type of game that I would enjoy making is not the type of game that would do well in an arcade, unfortunately, but I appreciate the thought. What say you? You know, my game would be spectacular. I've always been the idea gal. Ever since I was a kid, I've been dreaming up game ideas. Like the zombie-themed fighter, or a train-driving racer. I got tons of them, just waiting to be turned into a fully fledged game. I used to draw out intricate arcade game levels on paper, too. I actually did do that in real life, though not for arcade games. I'd draw out game levels on paper. I'm realizing more and more that this character is more like me than I may be comfortable with. I mean, I did give her my name, but still. Being surrounded by hardworking individuals at the Funplex only enriched that fantasy. I mean, I can't code or draw, but I can always dream up new ideas. I can't code. I mean, I've tried. I'm not skilled with coding in the slightest, but I can sort of draw. If traditional drawing doesn't work as well for game dev, but we'll see. Maybe. If I ever make a game, I will try to have it be played on the channel, either by Amity or by someone else, maybe by me, but then it's a whole different insight into the game. Regardless. Teo, you don't even know. I've got so many ideas swimming in my head for a game. Oh yeah? What would you make first? I would make... Okay, listen. It would be fantasy, and it would be, like, not... The romance isn't the main aspect of it, but it's not really the idea that I have. The main idea that I have isn't really a puzzle game. And it's definitely not roguelike, procedurally generated, open-world, twin-stick, It's not a whole bunch of buzzwords shoved together to try and make the most marketable thing ever. Romance would be a driving aspect of it, but more the development of relationships more generally, like Dragon Age 2, or even Date Everything seems to be romance, but like friends, enemies, all kinds of relationship games. That's what I like. That's this, honestly, too. That's the theme this month. I don't know exactly how a romance arcade game would work, but I'm all about creating new genres. I was thinking about some sort of game where you can date and romance people. Yes! Also, it takes place in an arcade. A game about arcade romance in an arcade. Yes! Really, the core of the game would take an in-depth look at different aspects of the arcade communities and how they function and interact with each other. Yeah? A bit slow for a coin-op arcade game, but... Also, plenty of kissing and touching butts. Ah, okay, now you're speaking my language, which is the language of love. Too easy. I like it.
Alright!
Well, if you ever get super bored of being an arcade event manager, I can hook you up with all the proper people to help you launch your second career. What do you mean? Oh, I have some friends who make arcade games for a living. Some friends? As soon as I said it, I became overtly aware of the situation. Since we stepped foot into the Indie Mega Arcade, people had been waving and nodding to Teo, not to mention all those people stopping us on the way to get over here. I'd say more than some friends. You're a popular guy.
What? Come on, that's silly.
He waves his hand, waving off the very notion that I know to be true. Everyone knows who he is, and I had no idea. Teo's always been such a crowd pleaser at Showtime stage, but I guess his popularity spread to all facets of his life. Dance champion and indie arcade scene champion, huh?
I try to keep my friends' circles pretty separate. Sometimes it's not always perfect and they tend to overlap. Like a Max. But hey, it's got upsides. All my friends are here. The biggest downside of Max is just so hard to see everyone. I never get to spend enough time with them, I got friends here in the Indie Mega Arcade. I got my Funplex crew. I got the dancing community. I just can't see them all. And when I can't see them, I feel like I let them down. I hate having to choose between them. Once again, I've failed my friends. It's a surprise anyone still talks to me anymore.
Teo sighs heavily, his mood shifted from excitement to utter solace. The cool, collected Teo is showing a side I've not seen yet. I guess he's able to experience emotion other than joy. Confirmed, Teo is not a joy robot. But this isn't right. Sad Teo is worse Teo. As his friend, I must fix this. However, I will be fixing this in the next episode. For now, bye 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 bye. I love you, and I love this game. I hope it's fun.